Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing amazingly well today. Welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the new KKW contour kit. I'm going to be reviewing it. I'm also going to be showing a tutorial and how it wears, my final thoughts. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? How is the formula? How much product do you get in here? Is the applicator worth it? Is it good? All of that stuff. If there's anything that I forgot, you guys feel more than welcome to ask me in the comments box below, or section, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, let's just get right into the video. As you can see, it's still in the mailing box. This is actually how it comes when you get it. I got this on Monday, but I didn't get a chance to sit down and talk to you guys about it, so I figured I would actually open it up on camera and do like everything together with you on camera. So let me get a little pair of scissors and let's open this bad boy up. So as soon as I open up the box, I see that the whole box on the inside, it has like that nude color that is all over her contour sticks, and it does come with this piece of paper, and here's my receipt, and then there is a little card. By the way, you guys, I have a pimple somewhere on my neck, like I think it's right here, so just don't pay attention to that. And I did try to go a little bit more natural on my eyebrows today, so I don't know how I'm liking that, but that's what we're gonna go with today. All right, so that is it for the box. There's just another one of those papers. Okay, so when you get the actual thing out of the box, it comes in this plastic like Ziploc type of bag. I do like the color of it, but it does feel, I don't know, this is definitely not something that I'm going to be able to collect just because it's a bag. By the way, before I keep going with this review, do you guys notice something? Can you tell? Can you tell? Can you see? I don't have my braces on anymore. Yay! Yeah, so my braces actually came off like 6 days ago, and yeah, this is my first video without my braces, so I'm really excited. Anyway, let's get into this video. So on the back of the envelope, it tells you how much net weight of product you are actually getting for the $48. So it says that you get 0.9 grams per like color. The ones from Smashbox have it right on the stick here, and with these guys you get 3.5 grams. That is a huge difference, you guys. Huge. All right, so let me open these up just because I don't want this review to be too long. I know my Jaclyn Hill review was like 30 minutes long. How do you even open this? Do I have to cut it? Okay. I don't know how to open this, you guys. Oh, what's happening? Okay, let me try to use a scissor so I don't like break my new teeth, I guess I should say. And I don't like to use these scissors because these are for my eyebrows and I don't want to mess them up. Ah, my scissors just fell down. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. There's actually so on the top here it actually just opens up. All right, so let's open this up. So here we go. Okay, so then they come in like this vacuum sealed, in another bag, and it's like a vacuum sealed bag. Okay, let's see. And I did get an email saying that these are going to be restocking very, very soon. Anyway, let's get into let's get into the video. Again, I know I've said that like 5 times. I'm sorry. I know I keep like going off track. Okay, so this little guy here is the little sponge and brush applicator, and I do have some other applicators, I believe from Maybelline, that are like this, and I'm not a big fan of those just because they really don't blend anything. Here is the brush. The brush actually feels really soft and it is very densely packed, so this may actually work and do something good to blend. So it looks like this is cream contour number 1 on this side, and I'm not gonna push it all the way out because I've seen them fall on YouTube, but this is as much product that you get. So that's all you're getting. It's a very, very thin, and there is not much I mean, this is nothing. This is nothing. But let's swatch these on the back of my hand. So can you guys see that? Probably not, right? What if I do it here? Let's see. Okay, let's do the highlight. That's pretty, actually. That's really, really pretty. I do wish that this side was a little bit more yellow based, but that's okay. All right, so let's go into the contour stick. So here, let's start off with shade 1, and I'm not going to push out any more product because even with a lipstick, when you push out the product all the way out, it's gonna break. Like, it's gonna break, okay? So I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna keep it like this, and let's watch it. So this is 1. And they do feel very, very creamy. They're not dry. They feel, so far it feels like a very good cream, like for contouring, but we'll see how it goes on the skin and how it blends, if there's any patchiness or anything like that. So this is going to be the number 2 color of the medium. So this is the darker shade. So yeah, I like the colors. I like the highlight. I think it looks really pretty. There's definitely a difference between these 2 colors, and it does feel quite creamy. So yeah, let's put this on our face. Let's see what happens. I'm excited, actually. Okay, so let's start with foundation. Let's try these guys out. So this is the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation in the color 365. I think that's a good match, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So for primer, I applied the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I forgot to mention that before. And I am going to be blending out my foundation using the Clarisonic makeup little brush. I've been obsessed with this. I do have a review on this coming up as well, so just hang on tight. But I do like it, so I have to use it. All right, so I'm just going to take my foundation and we're going to blend this into my skin. All right, so I am going to start with the matte side of the highlighting stick. So that would be this one. So let's open that up. And I'm just going to highlight under my eyes. So let's apply a little bit of this under the eyes. It is going very, very creamy. And I guess I'll put a little bit on my nose so it's a little bit more highlighted, I guess. And I'll also do here. And I guess we'll do here also. Okay, so I only applied, as you guys can see, 1 application, and the end of the stick is already gone by a lot. So I think I would maybe get 5 to 10 applications out of this whole little thing. I mean, that's it. That's all you get. That is all you get for $48. So I don't know. Let's see if the formula is any good. So I guess I'll try to blend it with this. I already know that I'm not gonna like this just because I'm not a fan. There's just not enough sponge on this for me to be able to blend anything out, but I'm gonna try it for the sake of this video. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is making everything like really patchy. Okay, so I do not like this sponge at all. Like, I do not like it. So I am going to switch back to my Tarte cookie sponge. honestly, I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera or not, but it's like, it's a very dry, even though it feels creamy when you put it on. When you start to actually blend it, it feels very dry when you start blending the matte highlight. Very, very dry. Like, it's almost very hard to move the product around once you have applied it. It's definitely more on the drier side than the creamy side, which can be good because you don't want it to move around, but I guess we will see throughout the day and see how this is going to hold up. I do have to run to the mall, so I will be back in a couple of hours and give you an update as to how this goes on throughout the day. So let's go ahead and take the cream contour now. So let's start with the lighter shade. So as I'm applying it on the skin, I have to kind of go over a couple of times. I'm gonna do my forehead with the darker shade. And I am also going to do my nose with the darker shade. Let me take a smaller, maybe a smaller mirror so that you guys can see a little bit better. So I am going to apply it here at the jawline as well. And I'm going to apply a little bit more of this shade here just because I feel like it's really not enough. Okay. So I'm going to try to blend it out with the brush. So let's do the forehead. So far I like the way that it's blending. It's not going on patchy at all. It looks quite nice. And it looks like one even color. So I definitely like, and I'm really liking this brush to blend out the contour. So I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it is one even color and it is blending out very, very nicely. It's not patchy. It actually blended really, really nice. So I'm really happy with the contour. Let's keep going because with any cream contour, you don't want it to sit on your skin for too long. If it sits on your skin for too long, it's going to dry and you're never going to be able to blend it out. You can try to wet it with a little bit of like MAC Fix Plus or something like that. Even putting a little bit of oil on your brush and then you might be able to get some blend out of it, but you just don't want it to dry on your skin. Okay, so let's, you know what, let's go on to here since this was the first one that I applied. So again, it blended out really nice and there is no patchiness at all. But this color is definitely too light for my taste. I like a darker contour and even the darkest shade is really not that dark, which is nice. Let's see if we can build it up. But if I will be disappointed if we can't build it up because it's hardly noticeable. Like I can't really see the contour. Okay, so let me try to do my nose. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with this brush, but I'm going to try to use the edge of this brush to do my nose. So let's see. So that actually looks quite good. I'm actually really happy with this. All right, so far I'm actually really happy with the contour formula. I am going to come in with the darker shade, and I'm going to try to build up the contour a little bit just because it is quite light and I can hardly see it. Hopefully I'm not going to be moving stuff around since I already applied some. So I'm just going to try to build this up a little bit more. And I am happy with the nose contour, so I'm actually going to leave that alone. All right, so I'm going to take the same brush because I actually do like the brush. And I'm going to just try to blend this out again and see if we can build up this color just a little bit more. Even though this is a second layer, it's not going on patchy. It is blending really, really nicely. And I do feel like it got a little bit darker. Okay, so I am actually really happy with this. I do wish that it was a little bit darker. I know that I could probably pick up the other contour kit in the shade dark, but for $48 and the amount of product that you get, I'm not going to be buying another one of these. Like, I'm sorry, there are other things on the market for contouring that gives you a lot more for your money. And just because I do find myself having to build this up, I'm probably going to be going through the product a lot faster than I normally would any other contour product. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna come in and try to blend this one out. So with the contour here, you always wanna blend up. Okay, so this is the color that I like when I contour. I wish that I would have been able to get this color the first time around, but I did use the lighter shade. So let's keep going. Okay, so I do like this color that I have now. All right, so let me apply the shimmer highlight. So let's go right here. So I'm really not seeing much of a highlight. Let me, I guess, take my finger and try to like blend it out a little bit. Let's put a lot more. Let's just go to town and see what happens. There we go. Now I can see a little bit more. Let me just pat it with my finger. Okay, so that is the shimmer highlight right there. I did have to build it up to get this much highlight, but let's go on the other side and see. So this is just like the one swoop right here. So I'm gonna blend this first round with my finger again, and then I'm gonna come in with more, and I'm going to just go to town because I like a lot of highlight. Like, you guys know I like a lot of highlights, so I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of it on. All right, so I guess I will apply a little bit of the shimmer highlight on the bridge of my nose as well. Let's see what that does. And I guess I'll take a little bit of the shimmer and I'll apply it above right here in my Cupid's bow and give this a little highlight. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna just apply a little bit of blush, and these are both from Makeup Geek. And I'm gonna finish it off with a little bit of this lipstick from the KKW collection. I have my little choker in here. I like to put these on when I'm like on the go, or I just kind of want, like, you know, a slight blush of color on my lips. So that is it. Okay, So let me put this away so I can give you guys my final thoughts. I was looking at my under eye here, and I can already see that it's starting to break apart, and it's starting to show my skin through, which is really weird. I don't think I have any product that does that so fast. It's only been like 30 minutes since I put it on, and it's definitely starting to break apart on the shimmer highlight area. I can see a lot of like my skin through it already, so I really don't know what's going on. So for $48 plus like $8 for shipping, are these guys worth it? To be honest, no. And I'm sorry, there's a thunderstorm going on right now, so you guys may hear some thunder. I'm always going to be honest with you guys, and I really don't think that this is worth the $48. There are so many cream contour products out in the market right now, like I showed you guys previously, that not only are a little bit cheaper, and even if they are around the same pricing, you get a lot more product than what you get with these guys here. I did like the brush. I do like the way that this brush blends everything out. I'm not a fan of this sponge right here. If you're buying it for the fact that there's a sponge on here, save your money. The sponge really doesn't do much. This is just too hard to really do anything as far as blending. So I definitely do like this brush, and as you guys saw, I even use this brush to blend out my nose. So I was happy with this little guy here. Let's move on to the actual sticks. So the shimmer side of things, it's okay. It swatches beautifully, and it does look like you're gonna get a lot of shimmer on this, but once you put it on your skin, it's not really like that blinding highlight. I love my highlight to just be like boom, like in your face. Here I am just glowing. This doesn't do that, and I did try to apply a lot of it and build it up, but it still didn't do that. It is a very pretty subtle highlight, so if you're into like subtle highlight, then definitely this would be for you, but I like more of a punch to my highlight. I just like to be very shimmery. So yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be using that, and I can already see that it's kind of showing through my skin, so it's not really actually staying that good. So the matte highlight, it feels very creamy, but I did have to use a lot, you know, to highlight under my eyes, and again, you don't get that much product, so I think this would maybe last 5 to maybe 10 applications at the most. And even though it does feel creamy, once you start to blend out the matte side of it, it starts to feel very, very drying. And again, I'm already seeing where it's starting to break apart under my eyes, and also it's starting to break apart on the bridge of my nose. So that is that. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual contour stick. Again, my kit is in the shade medium. I do feel that the lighter shade is too light for someone that is medium skin tone like myself. As you guys saw, when I applied the lighter shade, it really didn't do much, and it was hardly noticeable. The darker shade I do like, but again, I don't think it was dark enough, at least for my taste. I do like to be able to see my contour, especially if I'm going through the trouble of doing a cream contour. I like to be able to see it, and I normally don't build up cream contour, because with creams, the more that you move the product around, the bigger chance you have of moving your foundation and everything else around, and it's just gonna start to look patchy. So I wish that these colors were just a tad darker, but I am happy with this formula. I do feel like the contour colors blended out really nicely, and I had no patchiness. I was able to blend everything out on my forehead, and even when I came in with a second round of the darker shade, which is this one, it still was not patchy and it still blended out really nicely. So I am happy with the fact that this blended out. It blended out really well. I just wish that the colors were a little bit darker, and again, there's not much product in here. I do like the color. I'm a fan of the nude color. I'm a fan of the nude coloring. I do like how they are double-ended, and I do like that you don't have to have a sharpener and you can just kind of, you know, roll them up. But I do wish that maybe she would have done like whole sticks like the Smashbox one, for example. Even though you do need a sharpener for this, they did include the sharpener with the kit. And with the Smashbox one, each of the sticks is full of product. Again, this is 3.9 grams and it says 0.9, I think it was. So it's not even like the whole half of the stick. And I understand, I'm sure that there's like, you know, the mechanism thing in here so that you can like roll it up. But maybe next time they should do like one whole stick of one color and just include more sticks in the kit so that at least you're getting more product. So those are my final thoughts. It's totally, like what I always say, it is totally up to you guys if you want to pick it up. If you feel that after you've reviewed all of the information, it's something that you guys still want to go for, you know the pros, you know the cons, and it's something that you still want to go out and purchase, then by all means go ahead and go for it. I do feel that there are much better cream contour products out in the market. Again, totally up to you guys if you want to go ahead and purchase it, but I think for me, I am going to stick with my other cream contour kits. All right, you guys, so that is it for this video. Those are my thoughts on the KKW Beauty contour kit. If I forgot anything and you guys have any other questions, just let me know down in the comments box below and I'll make sure to answer them. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!